Here's a 2nd and 7. And it's complete. It's Damian Williams. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd.
Right there.
They'll set up a throw. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 34-yard line.
And the London first down.
On the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Now back to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack. Field goal forthcoming for Stephen Hauschka. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
Here we go, here we go. 60 or. Ready.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Go.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Draw Corker. Check 25.
2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ed Oliver able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Come on, set. 50, plant. Go. Hey, zoom.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking here for Smith down. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Extra point good by Hopkins. After one, a 14-3 ball game. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this. Fire.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. From 8 yards out, and the Falcons push further out in front. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and
that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll drop the throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Looking to throw. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that. And look at this. It's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the 1st. Anxious moments there on the fake, but they do get just enough to pick up the 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 10 yards there and a 1st down for the Falcons. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Protein spill.
They'll run with Mixon. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they can utter a heavy rush, and down he goes. Ed Oliver. In there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
46-yard line.
Let's go.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Watch that in. Watch that in.
5.
2nd and long. They'll set up the screen here to mix it. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
That's their own 24-yard line.
Down.
About
50
set to
play.
begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
36-yard line.
Hey, Delta. Hit it.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. And gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? In this case, they managed to get it done.
Now this throw caught left side. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. So from the 36 now, first and 10.
132 fighter. Hey, echo. Look at me. Go off. Ready.
Back to throw here. It's caught. Smith. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
At the 16-yard line.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. To Mixon on the check down. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. And they were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a first and 20. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Bang, 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 bang. 49 to Mike.
Hey, exit.
Let's go.
Speed grip.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target, and it's third down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now, the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. 30 yards there, and of course the first down as well. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Strip that ball. Alpha.
He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
Get it.
Now Joe Mixon. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Dustin Colquitt now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And they'll go ahead and down this one right on the chalk of the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Got it.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Williams. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Turn left, turn left. Hey, 80 weapon, 80 weapon.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
They'll set up a throw. This is caught by Williams. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 40. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. He'll look to throw. And that's complete. It's Green here. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That goes for a gain of 31. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. It's 2nd and goal back to the 8-yard line now. They'll set up to throw. And he's got it. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. From 8 yards out. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit. Hauschka adds the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 24-10. The kickoff team on the this fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Airing it out deep for Smith. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive, that culminating touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march off another 15 against your squad.
So the face mask certainly helps things as they'll start up past the 30 on 1st down. They'll drop to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Grady Jarrett able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Buda Baker with a pick, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
I smell fear in that offense.
Mixon with a 1st down carry, and he stopped immediately there. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
It's our field. It's our field.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go, defense!
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. Hopkins' kick is good. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. They'll look to throw here on first down. He's got Green. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
This is caught inside the 15. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. To throw again. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Incomplete.
Yeah, baby.
It's 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. 2nd and 9 now. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit. Hauschka now for the extra point. And that one cuts this to a 17-point spread. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.